All right, for today's, we are on lesson 12. We're going to talk about text informations in media. These are technically words that have power. We're going to analyze the text informations and how it will affect the media, which is to convey a meaning. So let's get started in here. So our objective here is to define a text information, identify the text convention, such as its font size, color, and then analyzes text choices and create a media message. Alright, for this one, same words but with different impact. So, kung gagamitin natin siya, meron siyang pagbabago kung paano natin siya ipopronounce. Ito rin, anong pinagkaiba ng feeling? Bakit natin sinasabing urgent daw yung number 2? At bakit medyo parang sarcastic or nangaasar tong number 3? Text is not just words. These are a media code. We'll decode it. So for this one, we're going to compare and contrast. So the font might be malaki or maliit, and ito yung kanyang font type. Or nagbabago siya. So malaki ba yung size natin for the headline? So anong kulay ba yung gagamitin natin? Anong punctuations yung gagamitin natin? Tuldok, comma, semicolon, colon. Layout, ito ba ay center, to the right or to the left? Kailangan ba all capital letter or small letters? Kailangan ba natin gumamit ng mga emoji? Bakit pa all caps at thread ang use? Bakit lowercase ang emoji pagka meme? Alright, for this one, yun nga, yung sinasabi natin, so we do have here the layout. So, ang layout, it can be center or it can be to the right. If it's center, it means masyadong importante yung bagay. If it's to the left, for example, nagsusulat tayo dito, everything started from left going to the right. Kahit yung mga indentions natin, to the left, going to the right. So, it's easy to read. Font size, malaki or maliit. Font type, depende kung ano gagamitin natin dito. Color varies. May mga ibig sabihin ng color. Pagka red, delikado or urgent or love. Pag blue, kalmado. Capitalizations, bakit tayo kailangan mag-capitalize? So, itong word na to, sumisigaw to. Itong lowercase naman, it's usual. Or we can type it here. Help. Ganyan. Kung gusto naman natin medyo sarcastic, we can type it here, H. Or, in that sense, it's sarcastic siya. Punctuations, napaka-importante nito dahil everything should stop with what we called as period. Question mark naman pag nagtatanong tayo, this one is for exclamation point or there's a sudden emotion. So the message, these are words and text convention. Same words but with different text is a different meaning. For example, on this one, sales today versus sale today, 70% up. So same text lang sila. Sale today. But for this one, meron siyang exclamation point, right? So if you're going to pronounce it, there is an urgency or meron siyang feeling. Kasi nga, 70% up daw yung sale. So, An ML person reads not just what it is said, but how it should be written. Example for this one is a newscaster. So kung paano niya babasahin tong sale today or sale today. Next. Text makeover challenge. Purpose is to apply analysis and create new meaning. Part A is to decode poster analysis, analyze visual cues, and determine the audience. Part B is to create a design task, drop a school notice, or a design urgent. Alright, for this one is poster analysis tayo, no? For example, pag ginawang poster sa school, something like this kung nga rin, no? Paano natin siya ayusin? Paano natin mapagandahin to? Ako, possible na isip ko dito is magle-layout ako. Magdodraw ako something here. Tapos, babaguhin ko yung kulay nito. So, I can color it as gusto ko ito. Ayan. Ginulayan ko siya. Ayun yung gusto kong kulay. So, in that one, we can decode it. Design a task. Paano natin papagandahin to? This is an activity wherein the task here is to design a 2 version. Ito na nga yung part A and part B. So, ayusin lang natin siya. We're going to identify here the text convention. If it's all cap in emoji. Anong ibig sabihin yan? Urgent ba to? Naglolo ko? Or mabilis? Define responsible action. We're going to check yung sources niya. Do not click on caps or post if it's not reliable. So everything here is particularly well focused on this lecture. Will focus on the conventions that we have here. We have here the layout, font type, font size, color na gagamitin natin sa letter. Are we going to capitalize it, or we call this one as mechanics? Alright? So, yung capitalization at saka yung punctuation, these are all types of what we call as mechanics. So, everything naman is nasa letters lang siya. So, for example, font type nito, text as media. Gusto ko ang font type nito is Times New Roman. Ito naman, Arial. Ganyan. Font size nito. Ito, gusto ko 30. Ito naman, ang gusto ko 10. Color. Ang gusto kong color nito lahat, green. Capitalizations, may mga kinapitalize dito. Kung makikita ninyo, capital T, capital M, capital C. Right? Eh, gusto ko lahat capital letters to. Itong word na to. Punctuations. So, gumamit siya dito ng double quotations. It means there is a quote or sources. So, yun lang naman tong lecture na to. Alright, in order for us to learn more details about this one, so visual, gawa tayo ng poster syempre. And then on that posters, we annotate or maglalagay tayo ng mga text. Example, picture here. Tapos, ano yung descriptive text niyan? Kinesthetic. It's a Manila paper design. Something na meron tayong hands-on. Gagawa tayo ng parang newspaper online or newspaper format or pwede rin naman magazine. In order for us to have a role play. Auditory, ano yung narinig natin? So, read text aloud with a tone. So, example ng auditory natin kanina, itong part na to. Right? So, this is the lesson for text and informations in media. That is again lesson 12. Alright, so now we are on what we called as lesson 13, wherein we're going to talk about the visual information on media. Alright, or visual informations in media. This is an effective analysis kung paano natin masusuri yung paglalagay ng visual information sa media. Something na nakikita natin siya. At the end of these lessons, we're going to define what is a visual information in media, identify the 5 elements of visual media, such as the image, color, shape, space, movement, analyze how these elements will change the meaning and influence the audience, and to create a simple visual message using those appropriate visual conventions. So in lecture na to, it's more on the 5 elements ng visual media, katulad ng image, color, shape, space, tsaka movement. Number 1, explore how visuals evoke emotional responses and influence audience perceptions. So for this one, this is the power of the visual aids accompanying with a text. So for this part, from left to right tayo meron siyang text, which is stop. Kung ang word na yan is stop lang, we can interpret this one, ayan lang, stop. But since may visual dito, we can infer na ito ay for the traffic light. So mag-stop ka pagka may traffic light ka nakita. Ito, mga bata, visuals din siya. Pero wala naman siyang text. There is no text in here. Pero nakikita natin dito na yung mga bata ay they are smiling. So, they are happy children. While they are taking groupie or selfie. For this one naman, it's an infographic. So, an infographic is something that has yung pinaka headlines niya sa poster, right? Then may mga pictures siya, may mga descriptions, then afterwards, then ito yung mga descriptions text niya. That's an infographic. Informations that is combined with picture. So everything here is graphics and text. Ito naman text lang. Ito naman everything graphics and text lang. Ang pinagkaiba for this item, itong part na to, stop lang yung makita natin. This part naman, fully loaded yung information. Which is, if we're going to present, ito yung mas maganda. So, for this one, anong message agad ang nakuha mo kahit walang words? So, katulad dito sa picture 2, wala naman siyang words. Masaya yung mga bata. Bakit mas mabilis intindihin ng picture kaysa paragraph? Kasi sa paragraph, kailangan mo pa siyang basahin. For this infographics, hindi naman to babasahin normally kung ikaw ay audience, right? So, ang titingnan mo kaagad dito, itong pinakataas, yung pinaka headlines niya. Itong mga captions na to, no one can read it. Itong sources. Pero kapag nakita natin the picture, tsaka ito, alam na kaagad natin. Itong always na to, even though hindi natin alam yan, pero alam natin yung stop na word. Explore here. This is the student will discover the visual elements by deconstructing the sample. Actually, this is for the groupings na. The first one will do the fast food poster, and then the second group will do the meme, something na nakakatawa about Drake Hotline Bling. Sa group 3 will be an infographics regarding the government, and group 4 will do a news photo. So technically my photos, and then there is a headline, and then there is a lead paragraph, and then there is a news. So for this task, we're able to get to know kung ano yung papel ng image, kasi nakikita natin sa image na siya yung pinaka-subject, yung picture, yung graphics. Ano ba siya? Naka-close ba siya? Close up? Malapitan? Or napakalayo niya? For example, nandito yung subject. For this one, nandito yung subject. Right? So, anong kulay yung marami? Anong ibig sabihin nito? Shape and space. Anong mga ginamit nating mga shapes? Napakadami bang below? For this one, anong ginamit kong shapes? Rectangle, right? Or square. Anong gustong ipadama ng viewer? So, ito yung emotion. Visual informations in media. So, lahat yan is, of course, nakikita natin. Yung mga images, picture, graphics, may kulay. Video is also considered as visual information. So, these are the 5 elements of visual elements. So, we have here the image. Pwede siyang picture from our camera, drawing natin siya. It can be a symbol, a logo, or an icon. Close up, can be wide shot. Ito for the pictures to, tsaka sa video. Ito rin, wide shot, video or picture. Close up burger, wide plot. So color, ay yung kulay na gagamitin natin. So each color has a different meaning. So, ito yung mga example ng mga meanings niya. Anong shapes yung dominante? And each shape has a corresponding meaning then. Anong space? Space meaning, for example, ito yung drawing natin. Then, we have here another drawing. Pag wala tayong space, ang mangyayari dyan, ganito lang siya. Magkadikit lang siya. For example, on this word, diagonal line, right? Kung wala tayong space dito, didikit lang siya. As in, ganyan. So that's why a white space or space is needed to separate movement, implied real motion. So, may mga meaning din yung movement niyan. If it's diagonal, that's for the action. If it's blurred, mabilis. If it's an arrow, meron siyang susundan na directions. Key concept here as follow. Message is to convey the image and visual choices. Same subject but different visual. Meron siyang ibang ibig sabihin. So, halimbawa, politician photo, pwede tayong gumamit ng nakangiti. And then, ito yung ilaw. Then it has a meaning as well. So understanding emotional impact of visuals conveys our emotions effectively. The color in the media invokes the emotions. So sabi dito, through visual images, colors, and symbol, may express natin yung ibig sabihin ng kulay. It has an emotion. Then after that one, we can frame it kung anong shot yung gagamitin natin. Anong angulo? Malapitan ba? Close up? Or malayo ang shots? Pag tayo nag-picture or nag-take ng video, then anong ibig sabihin noon? It recognizes symbols to communicate an idea powerful. Analyzing visual media elements. So ito, how are we going to redesign this picture? Sa left side, it's dirty. Sa right side, something clear or clean. Malinaw siya. So yeah. So the color will define kung ano siya. Dirty glass versus something that has a crystal clear bottled water in the mountain. Marome, unsafe for the dirty one, and this one, malinis. So alam na kaagad natin pag nakita pa lang natin sa picture yung ibig sabihin yan. So these are different tasks na. Kung ang text ay tone, ano naman ang visual? So ang visual ay tumutukoy sa ating pakiramdam or emotion, kung saan nahihikayat tayo. Kaya yung visuals napaka-importante yan para makita natin kung totoo ba or hindi. To see is to believe. We have to look twice and think once. Because in this age of social media, particularly with the Instagram and TikTok, yung mata natin nakabukas lang yan. Katulad ng ating brains. What we see is what we get. To see is to believe nga, kung tawagin nila. Students are surprised that the color blue truss used by banks redesign activity shows creativity. Add deepfakes image detections for future trans connections. Alright, so right now we are on the new lesson. This is lesson 14 na tayo for MIL. So lesson 14 talks about everything na naririnig natin. Meron din pala siyang ibig sabihin. So this is an introduction to an audio which is same lang sa sounds. Anong information na makukuha natin dito na may kinalaman sa media. Lesson 14 tayo. Our agenda here or the objectives are as follow. The power of sound, the four core elements of an audio, analyzing audio messages, creating with the sound, becoming a critical listener, key takeaways, and next step. The power of audios, how an audio shapes our realities without single message. So for this one, alam na kaagad natin kung pang horror ba yung naririnig natin na sigaw, kung pang promote ng product, or kung alon sa ng dagat. An audio or ang tunog, hindi daw natin siya nakikita na lengguwahe. Kaya nga natin naririnig dahil hindi natin nakikita. We're going to learn paano natin malalaman at mararamdaman ang tunog using sounds. Let's take a look at the four elements of an audio or tunog. So, yan. Boses. So, lahat tayo may boses tayo. So, ang boses natin, nagbabago yan depende sa ating tono, sa timbre, or sa bilis. Accent. Paano tayo mag-pronounce? Bilang authority ba? Katulad ko? Nagmamabilis? Or kalmado lang ba? So, depende yung pag-pronounce ko, right? Sometimes, I'm authoritative. Sometimes, mabilis. Sometimes, sakto lang or kalmado lang. Next one. Components ng audio, tunog. So, alam naman natin to. Pag nagpatugtog lang tayo sa Spotify. Sound effects. These are short sound. Katulad ng ring bell, cash register, just to emphasize na merong tunog na mangyayari. Basta brief lang siya or saglit lang siya. Silence, tahimik lang. So, kung sa text, meron tayong tinatawag na white space. Sa audio naman, pause or tahimik lang. Diba? Or, familiar tayo dito, mute. So, yun lang siya. Next one is how the audio elements and shape meaning. So, ang boses natin, voice. Mataas ba? Mababa yung ating timbre. So, meron siyang ibig sabihin. Pag mataas, nagmamadali, masaya, or nagpapanik. Pagkakalmado lang, seryoso. Music. Pag upbeat or mabilis yung mga music, katulad sa electronic dance music or yung mga EDM, mga sayaw, hip hop, rap. So it means na masaya siya, energetic, or may actions tayo. If it's mabagal lang, katulad ng ballad, ano pa ba yung mga mabagal? Love songs, R&B. So ito, it means malungkot or pagod. Sound effects can dictates an urgency actions na may kailangan tayong gawin. Silence, tahimik lang siya. So yun lang naman siya. Voice, music, sound effect, silence. Yan lang yung audio or tunog sa media and informations. Alright, creating an audio for a specific audience. Number 1, sino ba yung ating audience? Bata or matanda? Number 2, anong sasabihin natin? And then number 3, gagamit ba tayo ng boses? May music ba? Or sound effects? Then number 4, of course, i-record na natin yung number 2. Adapting the message, protect your data. So, kung senior citizen or matanda, of course, yung boses natin should be mabagal, malinaw, sigurado tayo. Sa music, malumanay. Sa sound effects, pwedeng wala or mabagal. Sa goal natin dito is makabuild tayo ng tiwala or magtiwala siya sa atin para kumilos siya or mag-ingat. Kung Jansen naman, so ito, everything's upbeat, mabilis. Hindi pwede ditong mabagal, tutulog-tulog, right? Ayan, mabilis, pati tugtog, oh. Bago, trending. So, hindi naman bago tong mga clicks and swipes na to, notification sounds, but these are computer generated kasi. So, galing siya sa computer. Here, our goal is mapansin tayo kagad. And then, magkaroon ng results. Next, becoming a critical listener. Listen to an advertisement with a fast voice, alarm, sound effects, and a loud music screaming. Last chance, 99% up. And then, based on that advertisement, we can reassure kung nagmamabilis ba siya or hindi. Kung meron ba siyang alarming sound effects or wala. By the way, an SFX is pertaining to a sound effects. Right? FOMO, how to create a fear of missing out. So ayaw mo nang mawawala ka kasi takot ka. So are you rush into decision? You have to pause. Ignore emotional pressure. Verify the offer independently before acting. So recap na tayo. The most dangerous lies don't shout. So ang pinakasinungaling daw na delikado, hindi sila sumisigaw, tahimik lang sila. Liars are just quiet. They whisper with the right music. Tutunog lang yan kapag ka may kailangan silang sabihin. Wherein, magdedepend sila ng kapwa nila liars. Key takeaway, this is a summary. Audio or tunog, napaka-powerful nito para malaman natin yung ating emotion para matandaan din natin. Kada tunog, meron tayong 4 elements, voice, music, sound effects, and silence para malaman natin yung meaning. So, different audio, iba-ibang tunog, iba-iba rin ang meaning. We have to be critical kung paano natin sasabihin yung bagay-bagay, hindi lang kung ano yung sasabihin natin. As a creator naman, we have to be responsible in displaying or posting yung message natin to our audience. Alright, now we are on lesson 15. We're going to cover here motion, information, and media. Paggalaw. Motion catches attentions, information gives meaning, media delivers both. Motion graphics, information design, media convergence, and visual hierarchy. So, gagalaw ang mga nakikita nating graphics para mag-meet sila ng tinatawag nating pagkakasunod-sunod ng visual or nakikita. Medyo magulo. Alright. So, this is an activity that will get us to know. Normally sa TikTok or sa YouTube, we're going to scroll something. Bakit? Dahil it catches our attentions. And then, based on that videos, ano yung natutunan natin or nalaman natin? Anong pinagkaiba nito? Anything that has an action or motion grabs our attention. Kaya nga natin siya tiningnan. Ang informations naman, ano yung ibig sabihin nun? The media was just used in order to meet yung motion tsaka yung informations na nakukuha natin dun sa platform na yon. So, we're going to deconstruct the ad. So, ito yung mga elements ng kailangan nating matutunan. So, ang motion, gumagalaw yung mga text. Halimbawa, itong deconstruct the ads na to. We can show it in the video na gumagalaw siya. There might be a transitions sa ginagamit namin sa animations. So that, pagka ganyan nangyari, makakaagaw pansin siya at attention. Magkakaroon ng pagbabago. So, in informations naman, sinasabi niya kung anong ibig sabihin yan. Halimbawa, for this one, explore, deconstruct the ad. So, ito lang ibig sabihin yan. Alamin daw natin yung ibig sabihin nito. Deconstruct. Alright. Media. So, ginagamit lang itong mga platform na to para mag-post at makikita ng tao ito. Particularly, website, televisions, without motions would be notice it. Without information is that useful. So for this lesson, what we're going to do here is may mga bagay-bagay tayong nakikita at yung motion graphics na sinasabi dito is just an added value lang. Either gumagalaw or hindi gumagalaw yung mga graphics natin, meron pa rin tayong makukuha ditong informations na nakuha natin recently about dun sa text information and media tsaka sa visual information and media. Ang difference nun dito sa visual information and media, graphics lang siya tsaka picture drawings. For this one, video na yung nakikita natin or motion graphics yung sa amin nga sa animation. A visual change over time, an animation, transitions, kinetic text, videos. So that's a motion. An informations, ito yung mga data, meaning, and context. Media, ito yung platform na ginagamit natin such as radio, television, website, podcast. So yun lang naman siya. to, parang example lang siya. If we're going to create a storyboard, disregard this one. So frame 1, so drawing 1 to 3. For drawing 1, kailangan daw 3 seconds makikita siya. Sa drawing 2 naman, makikita yung pagbabago niya sa 4 to 10 seconds. Sa drawing 3, makikita sa 11 to 30 seconds yung another movements niya. So it's just like magdodrawing ka lang dyan ng tatlo. So ito yung frame 1, ito yung frame 2, ito yung frame 3. So each frame may mga drawings lang kayong makikita dito. Alright, so we are on the recap part. Motion or paggalaw na walang information, ito ay para sa entertainment lang. Kasi nakikita lang natin gumagalaw or may mga nakakatawa lang tayo nakikita pero wala namang information. It's not informative. However, yung mga informations, halimbawa ito, informations lang to nakikita natin, madalas ini-ignore or wala tayong pakialam, hindi na tayo magbabasa. Media without both the information and the motion, sayang. Specifically for the newspaper, wala naman nagbabasa na ng newspaper for sure. Radio, wala nang nakikinig. So napaka powerful ng video talaga, either website man siya or sa televisions, because it catches our attentions. We're able to provide yung meaning niya, depende sa kung anong channel natin siya nakikita sa video. That will impactful. Ito yung natatandaan natin. So hindi pwedeng isa lang dito ang pipiliin natin, kailangan tatlo sila. For the motion, something na gumagalaw, yung graphics or pictures or the logo, and then dapat meron din siyang content. Tapos gagamit tayo ng platform. Saan natin siya po-post? Sa TikTok, sa Instagram, sa television ba? Bakit? So that wraps up our lecture for motion, informations, and media. Alright, so now we are on lesson 16. We're going to talk here, how are we going to manipulate information sa media? Paano daw natin i-control yung information? So we have here the big idea. Hindi lahat ng information ay para magbigay ng kahulugan. Yung iba dito, ginawa lang para magmanipula or magmanipulate or kontrolin ang ating emosyon, opinion, at action. If it's sarcastic, nakakaasar, nakakauyam siya. These are not information. These are just or steering us to do an actions. Feedback kasi siya. So that's how this manipulative information is being take in considerations. So ito, misinformation, disinformations, mali to mga to. Maling mag-control ng buhay ng tao, maling magbigay ng maling informations or magpakalat ng mga peking informations, maling magkaroon ng propaganda, maling magkaroon ng sabwatan, ng bias or unfair and unreal, sarcastic or deepfakes. We're going to evaluate ano yung totoo para ma-validate natin or malaman natin yung informations tsaka media. Next. Which headlines get clicked more? So, student council meeting held yesterday, shocking student leaders hide from you. So, the answer here, depends on you. So, ano ba dito yung pinaka-manipulative sa tingin ninyo? For me, ang pinaka-manipulative dito or very, very sarcastic ito. there is a sudden emotion shocking, sumisigaw na siya, then you, right? That's way on how we're going to manipulate it. We have to emphasize something na sumisigaw na ako, wala ka pa bang naririnig or nakikita, right? I would like to get your attention or call your attentions. It uses or power our emotion so that makontrol natin or mapaniwala o maramdaman tayo ng ating audience. Sometimes manipulating is good if it's to call an attentions only. If it's bad kung ginamit nga siya dito sa mga bagay na to. So, however, if it's called for an actions lang, an opinion or an emotion, okay lang naman. In such a good way na kung gagamitin natin siya doon. Alright, we have here the 6th tool. For manipulating. So, ito yung mga no-no. So, nasabi ko na kanina mga ibig sabihin nito sa buhatan, propaganda, maling picture or fake pictures, fake expert, emotional appeal, deepfakes AI. So, ito yung mga descriptions niya for 6 tools for manipulations. Clickbait. Curious tayo kaya natin ginagawa ito. Ginagawa nating exaggerated yung mga bagay-bagay. You won't believe it. Doctors hate this. Tapos naka all caps pa siya. Propaganda. Inuulit natin yung mga bagay ng opinion. Ask them. Everyone thinks. Propaganda, name calling, name tagging. Yun yung mga example. Misinformations. Bagay na mali pero pinapakalat natin sa internet without any sources, date, lumang pictures na ginamit noon tapos ginagawang bago. Disinformations, false information din to na shinare pero sinadya para makapanakit. Yung isa hindi naman siya sinasadya pero mali din na na-share siya. So yung misinformation mapapatawad yan, pero yung disinformation you harm or nanakit ka ng kapwa mo tapos mali naman talaga yan, so patay tayo dyan. That's anonymous, source, political timing, bias, pagkiling or one-sided ka lang. Ito lang yung pinapanigan mo. Deepfakes, we're going to use fake AI. Sino bang gumawa nito at bakit? Bakit nila ito sinabi sa'yo? And how does it makes you feel? Ano yung pakiramdam mo? Bakit? Especially for these manipulations, ito yung mga communicators na naninira para mapansin sila. It can be viral. So here, we're going to use the SIP methods. Stop, don't share yet. Investigate mo muna yung source, find out the better coverage, and trace for the claim. Ito yung mga tinatawag na mga evidences natin, yung trace claim na to. Yung mga find better coverage, saan ba to galing? Then we have to seek some investigations. Wag mo na natin siyang i-share if it's a manipulator. We can only share it if that is proven na totoo or fact checker na siya. Next one. It's more on the activity. This is for the summary part. Information should inform. Manipulations want to control. So, hindi lahat ng informations ay para mag-inform. Yung iba, kaya tayo minamanipulate is para kontrolin lang yung ating emosyon at damdamin or reactions. So, ganyan sa digital world. Para tayo ay magalit, matakot, or mangamba. Don't share what you haven't verified. Huwag tayo mag-share ng dito to. So, a quotation here is a lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is putting on its shoes. So, yun nga, yung mga sinungaling pwedeng may lusot, pero yung katotohanan ang nagpapa-cross out sa kanila. So that is our lesson 16, which is manipulative and information sa media. Alright, so we are on our last lesson, which is lesson 17. So this one is more on multimedia, informations, and media. So how are we going to use the 5 elements sa information at saka sa media? We are going to define the multimedia and its 5 media format, evaluate it, identify the techniques to manipulate if it's deepfakes, clickbaits, and create a responsible content. Which is real? Ano ba ang totoo dito? Based on the picture. Alright, multimedia is a combination of 2 media format. Multi means marami, and media. Alright, so we do have here 5 types of media: text, image, audio, video, and an animation. Applicable sa atin sa media, something that is written, which is text, something na nakikita natin, which is an image, something na naririnig natin, an audio, something na nakikita natin, naririnig, a video. Ito hindi. Hindi ito applicable sa atin. But for the multimedia, kasama siya. So these are examples that we have here. So for text, it can be informative, explain, or ito file format niya, .docx, .text. For the image, ito yung mga pictures, graphics, drawing. File format niya, ito. Tunog, ito yung example. File format, ito. For the YouTube, Reels, TikTok, ito ay types of video. And then, this one, yung file format niya. Multimedia and daily life. Social media, TikTok, news, education, and advertising, and many more. Nagagamit natin siya. For this one, kung makikita nyo, social media. So, si social media, katulad ng TikTok, meron tayong video, tunog, text. Alright? For the news naman, meron din tayong video, text, graphics, tunog. If it's an educational tutorial, meron tayong video, voice. If it's for an advertising, video, music, graphics ang tawag natin dito sa text and logo. How to evaluate multimedia information? Fairness, balance, show both side, hindi dapat one-sided lang. So accuracy, dapat tama. Currency, napapanahon. Trustworthiness, mapagkakatiwalaan. Paano? Sino ba ang gumawa ng content or ng source natin? Red flags or malito sa multimedia, deepfakes. Ito, yung mga gawa ng AI, clickbait sa buwatan. Ito naman sa mga filter, sa mga naka-edit. These are for Photoshop. Miscontext. Totoo yung picture pero pineke. Satire, ginagawa natin katatawanan. Responsible media creations, we have to think smart. We have to cite sino yung source natin, ano yung message, malinaw ba or tama, totoo ba. It should be kagalang-galang. Again, no bullying, no fake news, no sharing of private information. Kaya kung direct message yan, it is your informations lang dun sa tao. Hindi mo siya dapat i-share as in for public kasi nga naka-private message nga kayo eh. So pagka shinare mo siya, naka-public yung inyong conversation, magkakaroon ka ng problem for the cyber law. Alright. Target. Sino? Bakit? Makakasakit ka ba sa kapwa mo or hindi? So ito naman, infographics naman to. Again, pag ang infographics, these are combinations ng text, drawings na may kulay, and of course, ang kulang dyan is anong detalye kailangan natin. Kaya nga information siya. So what's defined here, itong tatlo na to, for the graphics lang yan. So depende rin sa topic, platform na pwedeng gamitin. We can use Canva, PowerPoint, pwede rin traditional. Media and information literacy skill here, we have to access. Gamit tayo ng mga sources. We have to analyze kung tama or mali. We have to create professionally. Dapat tama siya or kagalang-galang. Cite sources to avoid plagiarism. Think before we're going to post. Digital citizen rule is post before you post. Alright? Reverse image search lab. So normally ito naman is pupunta ka lang dito sa website na to, mag-upload ka ng image, and then makikita mo yung sources. Kung masa-search mo siya, okay, possible, it's legitimate. Pag hindi mo siya na-search, it's undefined. Alright, alright. Philippine Context EDSA Law, Cybercrime Prevention Act, RA 10175, sharing of fake news is illegal. A penalty is imprisonment of 6 to 12 years or possibly a fine. Even just sharing makes you liable. So, kapag ka, halimbawa, si user A, yung nag-share nito, tapos share nila user C, and then nakarating kay user E, lahat sila is liable for this one. So, think before we're going to share it. So, again, this is just a recap lang, no? So, we do have here 5 elements ng media or multimedia. We have the text, image, audio, video, and animations. Hindi applicable to sa media, so yung 4 lang. So, the PACS stands for fairness, accuracy, currency, and trustworthiness. We can use Google Image or Google Reverse Image to search kung totoo o hindi yung picture. So, smart for posting, source, message, accuracy, respect, and target. As a recap here is, we have to see what we are believing. However, we have to question it afterwards. Verify natin kung tama ba or hindi bago tayo mag-post. Because a multimedia is very powerful. Wrong information can speed up what is truth or what is not truth. So these are some other resources that we can use, which is fact check, image verify, video check. Alright, that's it for now.